Buenos dias. Hello, everybody. Hello. Romy Marlowe coming to you live here for Uncommon Ministry. I'm just trying to go live here on IG. How's everybody doing? Hi, Angelique. Good afternoon, gorgeous ones. I'm coming to you from my new studio. It feels incredible. I have a few things to do still in here, but oh my gosh, it feels so good. Oh, there's a charger. When you jump on, please say hello in the comments. This is going to be such a good conversation. Such a good conversation. Hi, Super Duper Kyle. Hi, sis. Hi, Belle. Hey, everybody. I'm just going to move my laptop closer so that I have my notes. I love my new setup. It just feels so cozy. It feels like a studio. You know what I'm saying? It feels professional. I'm so excited about it. How's everybody doing? Hey, Ash. How's it going, sis? So good to see you. And I get to sit in my chair that I love so much. This is going to be so good. We are talking today about breaking beliefs and becoming her with a capital H, capital E, capital R. How many of you know in your heart that you are meant for more? How many of you know in your heart that this is the year for you to do things differently? How many of you know in your heart that what you are doing now and who you are today isn't even a fraction of who you were wired to be? You know there's more. And the reality is you haven't even tapped into it yet. You haven't even scratched the surface yet. We are doing that starting today. This morning at 7 a.m., I got on a call with a group of women in my Uncommon Women global community. It's my free Facebook group. And I got into that space with women at 7 a.m. and we lit it up because these women all know that they are meant for more. These women all know that the life that they're living now is not the life that they see themselves living in their dreams. Wait, I have to make one sec here. Okay, Sarah, I added you as a mod. Hey, Liz. Hey, Amy. So if you were on that call this morning with me in the Uncommon Woman global community, put a heart in the comments. If you're not in the Uncommon Women global community, my moderators will put it in the comments. If you are on TikTok, you can go to the link tree. If you're on Facebook or Instagram, you can go to the link tree and you can join there. If you're having a hard time getting in for some reason, just DM me. Okay, just DM me or email info@theuncommonwoman.com will get you in. I've been having some challenges with the group in that it's been automatically adding people and inviting people. So I changed some of the settings in the group. Doesn't seem to be making a difference, but it also makes the group harder to find. So if for any reason you have a hard time finding it, all you need to do is DM me or reach out to one of my mods and we'll hook you up. Okay? We are committed to getting you into this group. This is a free Facebook group for women who are leaders, for women who see themselves impacting others in a big way, bigger than what you're doing right now. It's a place where women who know that they are wired in the womb for more, women who are meant for more. It's a place where women who are like that, women like me, women like you, are coming in and we're plugging in, we're fueling up, we're charging up, surrounded by other women. It's women only. Surrounded by other women who have the same vision for their lives, and then we're turning around and going back out and making an impact. That's what the Uncommon Woman Global is about. So what's powerful about that is that it's a place for uplifting and support and growth. Specifically, it's not a place where we come in and dump our junk. It's not a heavy space. It's a space that I curate very carefully so that the women who come in feel fueled up by the conversations. We don't need anything to weigh us down. We don't need any other heaviness. We don't need other people to come and throw their junk on us in the middle of the day so that now we have to try to comment or try to, no, that's not what we do in this group. This is a group for leaders. And leaders come from a high perspective, right? Leaders stand on the shoulders of their story, look down and say, wow, now that I'm up here, I see that that's just a story. It's a step in my journey, but I am not staying there. So I'm here to learn how to go higher. That's what we do in that group. So if you're somebody who's tired of being in groups that feel heavy, or maybe you're surrounded by people who feel heavy. Maybe there's a lot of, like maybe you're the person who everybody goes to with their stuff. Put a 1 in the comments if you're the friend. Put a 1 in the comments if you're the friend that everybody goes to for support. Because if you're that person, there's a very good chance that you carry people and their stuff all the time. And it can get exhausting, can it not? It can get so exhausting to be that person. And so I've created a community for women who are those people so they can come in and get fueled up by me. So it's a place where you come in and you plug in. And like I said, you don't come in and barf your junk all over the group. You can do that with your therapist. You can do that with the people who are going to listen to that. When you come into the Uncommon Woman Global community, I've always made my space like this. I've always kept it squeaky clean. When you come into this space, it's a space where you are challenged. It's a space where you are inspired. It's a space where you are moved. It's a space where you grow. It's a space where you reflect on who you are and what you've done, and then you rise. So this morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard, I started a 7-day challenge for women who are leaders and who know that they are not all the way there yet. It's like, I know that I meant for more. I know that I am becoming her, but I still have work to do. And we started a 7-day challenge in that group. And there's a reason why I have those women coming in at 7 a.m. Don't think it's a coincidence. Because the whole point is that they are getting uncomfortable. Now, a lot of you are up 5:30, 6, but how many of you are engaged in a conversation that's game-changing and life-altering at 7 a.m.? How many of you normally come into a space where somebody says, we're going to do things differently today at 7 a.m.? So that's what that's about. And it was amazing to see so many women on that call. I mean, it's day 1. So I think there were like 9 or 10 women on the call. Listen, those women are doing what most people aren't doing at 7 a.m., which is rising up, showing up, committing. I had them commit. I had them fired up for more. I gave them a challenge and I said, now go do it. That's what we're doing in the Uncommon Woman Global. And this week, starting today, we're doing a 7-day challenge called the Becoming Her 7-Day Challenge. You have to be in the Uncommon Woman Global community to participate. It's accountability. That's exactly it. And I'm not one of those sugarcoating type coaches. I don't come in and say, oh, it's okay. No, if you're going to come in and participate, come in and participate. If you're going to say that you're going to do it, do it. If you're going to say that you want to change, change. Prove it, not to me, to yourself. So my moderators have the link for the group. Guys, if you haven't seen it yet, it's in the notes on the last page. Copy, paste it, put it in the comments. And anybody who's not in there, get in there. That's right, you're doing the work. This is how we change. This is how we rewire who we are. This is how we become her. We do it now. We don't wait till next week. We're not planning. You guys, Friday, I decided to do this. I think it was Friday. I was like, I'm opening this group. I gotta give these women something to do right now. Because right now they need to change. Right now they need to move. Right now they need to grow. Right now they need to start becoming who they are wired to be. Because baby, you were wired in the womb. Share this out to your community. Hit share and let's get this message out. And thank you so much for joining. So thank you to my Uncommon hosts for being here. You guys, I feel so fired up. I feel like I've had a new, I feel like I have been injected with a new kind of fire. And my team knows that I have spent a few weeks getting here. Because when women are transforming, real transformation, when women are transforming, real lasting change, you got to work on it. You got to pave the way, and then you got to walk it. And I've been taking one step every day. It was rewiring my mind. It was taking a look at what I'm doing. It was talking to my team. It was shifting the roles on my team. And it was, you guys, I went all the way to renovating my office. I mean, I don't mess around. When I talk about transformation, I'm like, if you're changing, your environment needs to change. If you're changing, you need to walk through your whole house and say, what needs to go? What no longer serves? I was on a call last night with my girlfriend and I went through all of my makeup while we were on the call and I said, I'm getting rid of stuff. I was getting rid of makeup that I never use, brushes that I never use. I said to her, look how many lip glosses and lipsticks I have. And I started going through them and I started throwing stuff out and I said, enough is enough. If you want to transform your life, you have to transform all areas of your life. Open the drawers in your rooms. Go into your washroom. Open up the cabinets and say, what's got to go? This is the kind of thing that we're doing in the Uncommon Woman global community this week. And every day I'm giving these women a challenge, and every day I'm giving them 2 levels of a challenge. And level 1 is the base level, base model. Level 2 is take it to another level. So of course, I'm going to be doing level 2 all week with the women who really want to go to the next level. Because level 1 will get here, level 2 will get here. I always like to give options, but not too many so you're confused. But I'm making these women uncomfortable. The first thing I did was, we're going to start our days at 7 a.m. And I'm up doing a live at 7 a.m., firing women up. That's what we're doing. It's time for us to flip the script. If you want to change, you got to change everything. You got to change your surroundings. You got to change the people that you're hanging around with. You got to change the time that you get up. You got to change what you're eating, what you're drinking, how you're moving your body, what you're reading, how you're praying. We got to change all of it. Okay? So if you want to be in the Becoming Her Challenge, go to Uncommon Woman Global Facebook community. It's a free Facebook community. You are paying nothing for this challenge. And in 7 days, you will turn around and you will be able to say, I changed. If somebody doesn't change in this challenge, then it's their fault, not mine. Because if things are not working for you, even in this challenge, if I gave you a challenge and it wasn't enough, go do more. What I'm doing is I'm holding the women in the community, in the challenge, accountable. That's what I'm doing. And I'm giving them 7 tasks over 7 days. And we're doing something called stacking, which means you stack the tasks every day. So today was task number 1. And I'll tell you what I asked them to do. I asked them to do a 30-minute walk. Now, the first thing I asked them to do was to join me at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Live. And about 9 or 10 of them did. Well, some of them came on and they go off. But for the most part, I think there were 9 or 10 women on there the whole time, which to me is a huge win. Because yesterday, there would have been none. Today, there were 10. And most of them, I would say 9 of them or whatever, stayed on the whole time. And I gave them a challenge to go for a 30-minute walk. And I said, if you want to change, if you want to become her, if you don't do the first task on the first day, you're not going to get there. If you can't even do the 30-minute walk on the first day of the challenge, you got a problem. Your problem is bigger than I can fix. Because I know that you can do anything. for 7 days. And then I said, but here's the second level of the challenge. Do it with no tech. Don't look at your phone. Don't listen to music. Don't text anybody. Don't take a picture. Don't take a video. Leave it at home. Put it in your pocket and zip it in your crossbody, whatever. But don't touch your phone for 30 minutes. That's the level 2. The women who do level 2 will have a different experience and feel differently than the women who did level 1. So of course I did level 1. I did 30-minute walk, no tech. I got back here, I was like, wow. I mean, I'm talking everything. I'm talking worship music. I'm talking chill nature sounds. I'm talking listening to a podcast. You're taking the distraction that keeps you away from reflecting on your own thoughts away. And you spend 30 minutes doing that. So that was day 1. Day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, we're going to stack on top of that. Every single one of these women is going to be transformed in 7 days because we stack. I used to do this when I owned my fitness facility. I ran fitness competitions and fitness challenges for women, and I did them for 90 days. And these women stacked their habits. I'm going to tell you something. I haven't even got to my notes yet. I'm going to tell you something. Women would come in overweight, tired, having not been to a gym in years, depressed, hating their bodies. In 90 days, you guys, 3 months, they would be on competition stages in bikinis, in 4-inch heels, and they would take medals. You know why? I had them stacking habits. And those women I run into the grocery store, at this day, they're still fit. Because over 90 days, we're only doing this for 7. If you stick with me for 90 days, you won't even recognize yourself. In 7 days, if you stack habits, you will have a transformation. These women stacked habits over 90 days. That's why they had one body on May 1st and another body on August 1st. So much so that they would put on an itsy bitsy teeny weeny polka dot bikini and stand on the stage in front of hundreds of people that they didn't know. They would have been shot first before they had done that because they stacked their habits. That's how you transform, real transformation. And I don't care how old you are. I had women in their 50s. I had women in their 60s. I had women in their 30s. Age is not the issue. It doesn't matter what you've been going through. Some of these women had no breasts, okay? So don't talk to me about, you don't know my story. I could never do that. These women were doing things that they never believed they could do. Why? Because they stacked their habits and they dug deep, and I held them accountable. That's why. You can do anything. And nobody can tell me that you can't. At 40, what? At 40, 40, I stepped onto a fitness competition stage for the very first time ever and took first place. And I was the oldest person on the stage. And I was wearing a little itsy bitsy bikini with stripper heels. And I did it for my 40th birthday, thinking this will be good for me. You guys, it transformed my life. Because I realized I can do anything I set my mind to. I don't care how old I am. And some of you on here aren't even 40 yet, and you've already given up. I had people say to me, are you crazy? You're 40. Why would you do that? I say, you know why I did that? Because I want to be able to prove to myself that 40 is just the beginning, baby. And so here I am at 57, still running challenges for women because women don't believe what they are capable of because it's been so long since they've done anything. So I'm asking you in the Uncommon Woman global community for the 7-day challenge, all I'm saying is just do this for 7 days. Some of you carried babies for 9 months. If you can do that, you can do this. I just don't believe women when they say I can't. I just say you don't want to. Part 1. You guys, can you tell I'm fired up? This is what happens when I walk early in the morning with no tech. Okay? I am a clear vessel today. It is so good. Okay, we're going to get into it. So you better have a journal for this. All right. Hello, my gorgeous Juanita. I want to make sure I've said hi to everybody. Is Baby Doll here? If she is, I love you. Everybody needs to go to her boutique. Hey, Steph. Okay, we got Sarah modding here. Elizabeth's on fire. Hey, Bead Wired, how's it going? Hey, Regan. Love you, sis. Okay. Are we ready to rock and roll, sisters? All right, here we go. So the focus of today's call is becoming her. So write that down, becoming her. All right, this week in the 7-day Becoming Her challenge inside the Uncommon Woman Global, we are breaking the beliefs that keep you from becoming her, and we're setting new personal bests. PBs, personal bests. We're setting new personal bests in the community this week. What does that mean? That means that if you've never got up at 7 a.m. and been on a live and gone for a walk with no tech and done all the other things that I have planned for you, you're going to do all of those in 1 week stacked, and you're going to blow your own mind. That will be a personal best. And then you're going to come back and say, I cannot believe what Romy got me to do in 7 days. That's why we get in the room with other women who are doing things and who move us and hold us accountable and believe in us more than we believe in ourselves. You cannot become the woman God is calling you to be while continuing to agree with beliefs that belong to the old version of who you are. So when you got up this morning, there was probably a dialogue that ran through your head. Oh, I'm going to be late, or I'm always late, or I'm tired, or I can't do this, or I want to do this challenge, but I know I won't finish. A bunch of stuff. Anyone? Put a 1 in the comments if today you've already had challenging thoughts. Put a 1 in the comments if today you've already had one negative thought. Put a 1 in the comments if today you've already had one belief that is an old one, that is not welcome anymore because you know it's a lie. And it keeps showing up because you haven't given yourself an opportunity to change it. See, here's what happens. These beliefs and these dialogues keep showing up time and time again. And then we believe them because we don't spend any time changing them. Can I just tell you something? Your belief is not going to change if you only acknowledge it and then don't go do something to change it. Did you know that? Do you think that you can sit and think a bad thought away? Nope. You have to go change it. You have to rewire. It takes work. work. But let me tell you something, my sissies. If you get in my world, if you get in the Uncommon Woman Global community, if you start hanging out with me, you're going to see that whenever you have a negative thought, this is what happens. I remember what Romy said about such and such. This is a lie. You start hearing my voice. You start having this little voice on your shoulder say, that's not true. Stop saying that. Restate that. Reframe that. But you have to get in the room with other people who are saying things on repeat, and then it starts to become your dialogue in the best possible way. All right? And then also, we want to make sure that we're focusing on our faith. And so those of you who are here who are women of faith, I always say to women in my community, if Jesus was sitting beside you and you said that to him, what would he say? What would his response be to you about that? It's such a powerful question. Because when we think of it like that, it changes things, doesn't it? Because we know better. You know better. Sometimes the biggest barrier isn't our circumstances. We will so often say, I'm too broke, or I'm too tired, or I don't have time. You know, I need to lose a bunch of weight, or I need to, we fill in the blank. We think it's our circumstances, but it's really the story that we've accepted about ourselves. It's not the circumstance. What you've done is you've wrapped the story in the circumstance, right? So you start saying, I'm too tired, or I don't have time. And that's actually your story. Do you see the difference? It's the story that you've created, and it's a lie. You do have time. You have as many hours in your day as I do. And I know that you have children, and I know that you have the things. I have 2 businesses. I have 2 dogs. I care for my father. I have friends. I have business and team and my health. We all have things. We all have the same 24 hours. It's how we use it. Now that social media is a thing, I think there's more people than ever just scrolling on social media. The people who are doing things are not scrolling on social media for 4 hours. I can promise you that. They're creating content, they're putting it out, and then they're walking away and they're going and doing things. They're not spending hours of their day on social. It's a waste of time. If you are learning, if you are growing, if you are partaking, like we are here, if you are doing something that's contributing to who you are, then it's valuable. Of course, I get on calls with other mentors or other people. Of course, I use technology to my benefit. But as soon as I start to see myself deteriorating and abusing my time with it, I'm off. You make time for what you love. And you also make time for what is important. And I'm going to tell you something. Getting up at 7 a.m. and going for a 30-minute walk with no tech is going to be something that's really hard for a lot of you, and you're not going to love it. But it's good for you, and it can contribute to the woman that you're becoming. And that's why you do it. And that has to be enough. Has to be enough. Romans 22. I love this. Do not conform to the pattern of this world. What are some of the patterns of this world? Put it in the comments. What are some of the patterns of this world? What are some of the things that people are doing now regularly? I don't know if Shay's here. If she is, I have to say hi. Hi, Shay, if you're here. I don't know if you're here or not. I don't think I said hi to you if you are. What are some of the patterns that we see in this world? What are things that people do now that are unhealthy? What are things that people do that are destructive? What are things that people are doing, putting their time into, that we know are not healthy? What are some of those patterns? Because the scripture says, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. What is the renewing of your mind? Rewiring, getting back into the word, getting around people who are doing constructive things, changing the patterns in your life, focusing on God, focusing on your calling, focusing on your health, focusing on the things that you know are good for you. That's how we renew our mind. If we continue to conform to the patterns of this world, that means that we are spending all of our time in the bars, or we're scrolling on social media, or we're shopping, right? Or we're using, or we're just partaking in things that aren't serving the highest version of us. And we're doing it as a distraction because the other things that would serve us and will grow us are going to take a little bit more work and a little bit more commitment. And we might actually have to change the way that we live. So getting up at 6:30 or 6 a.m. or 5:30 or 6:45 to get on the 7 a.m. call this morning in the Uncommon Woman Global Community, I commend those women are rock stars in my world. Why? Because they did something different. And that was the whole point of it, was we're breaking old beliefs. We're breaking old patterns by doing things differently. If I was to set it up, we're going to do it at a nice cushy hour, I am making you comfortable. The whole point is that I'm making people uncomfortable so that they can see what they can do in the discomfort. That's the power. Most people don't follow through with their commitments, not because they can't, but because they don't believe that they can. How many times have you said no to something because you didn't think that you could do it? When somebody else has said to you, of course you can do it. I've done it. If I can do it, you can do it. And you're like, no, that's not who I am. I'm not an athlete, or I can't do that, or I'm not a writer, or I'm not a fill in the blank. And so you say no and you haven't even tried it yet. It would be like me saying, no, I'm sorry, I can't compete in a fitness challenge because I've never done it before. Well, of course I hadn't done it before because I hadn't done it before. How do I know if I couldn't do it if I haven't done it? And even if I have done it, why can't I do it again and do it better or try again? I actually wasn't there to win. I was there to do it. The fact that I won blew my mind. And then I continued to go on and win others. I was like, what? It's because I committed to it. Notice that the transformation begins with belief, not with the action. Before your life changes, your thinking has to change. So today, on the Uncommon Woman Global, on the call for the challenge, I talked about shifting your belief. I talked about shifting the way that you do things, because we have to shift the belief before we can shift who we are. The belief comes first. Even if it's small, even if it's just a mustard seed, the belief comes first. If you don't believe that you can do something, you will not do it. Now, I've heard people say, I didn't really believe that I could do it. I can't believe I did it. There must have been something in you somewhere that was like, but maybe you could. The belief leads. So we are rewiring the belief. We're breaking old beliefs so that we can set new personal bests and become her, capital H. I want us all to become her. I want us all to be incredibly fulfilled in our lives. I want us all to step into that version of ourselves that we always knew we could be and say, I finally did it. I met her. I was talking today about the fact that we have to stop denying the woman who we were wired to be, stop denying her access to our life. Because she comes in and she says, don't text him back. Go to the gym. Don't eat that crap. Don't drink that drink. Don't get into another relationship like this one. Don't say what you're about to say. She comes in and does these things and says these things, and we deny her. You guys, she's already inside of you. We're just becoming her. We don't have to go find her. She's already there. We were wired in the womb to be her. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now what we're doing is we're giving her access to our life, and we're saying, I'm going to take the back seat for a minute. You decide. That's so powerful. Before you become here, you have to recognize that the beliefs that keep telling you that you can't. I'm going to share some things that women say or believe. And if any of these land for you, put a heart in the comments. I'm too old. I'm too late. I'm not qualified. I'm not confident enough. I don't have enough money. I've made too many mistakes already. People won't support me. What if I fail? Who am I to do this? This is just who I am. Put a heart in the comments if any of those resonate with you. I'm just putting a charger. I'm just switching chargers here so that we don't run out of juice. Any of those resonate? So here's the connection to becoming her with all of that. Her isn't some imaginary perfect woman you're trying to turn into. Her is the woman God already set you up to be. You are already her. So when you say, I'm too old to be here, see, it's a lie, because you're already her. When you say, I don't have enough money to be her, it's a lie, because you're already her. When you say, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not qualified enough, I'm not a good enough writer, I'm not a good enough speaker, I'm not a good enough person on social media. See, it's all a lie, because you already are her. And you must stop that language and change the way that you speak to yourself so that you can become her. Stop denying her access to your life. Make sure that you guys share this out. We're in it. We're in it. This is a really good one. Every single woman on the planet will be able to relate to this live. Every single woman. Doesn't matter who you are. You were wired in the womb to become her. This is a birthright. This is a gift that you were given before you set foot, your cute little 10 little toes, before they even hit the ground. You were her. God had a plan, but you're messing it up. You're getting in the way. You're meeting the wrong people and you're hanging out with them. You're letting the wrong people into your beds, into your lives, into your phones, into your programs, into your house, into your thoughts, into your beliefs. The wrong people have access to you, and that's why you've been distracted and you got off track. And so now what we're doing is we're taking our power back. Yes, yes? Say yes in the comments. I think about Moses. Moses said, when God called him, he said, who am I? God wanted him to be a leader. He said, who am I? He was worried because he had a speech impediment. He wasn't an eloquent speaker. But what he didn't understand was that he was already the leader that God had wired him to be in the womb. But he kept denying it. And God kept saying, I keep coming around to show you that this is actually who you're supposed to be. You're not getting it. You keep denying him. So he wasn't allowing himself to become him. Imagine. God's like throwing stuff on fire. He's like trying to get his attention. And he kept denying. Even Moses did it. But finally, this is the important part of the story. Finally, he said yes. And the rest is history. Then he became the man that he was wired in the womb to be. And what did God do? Gave him the help he needed. He said, okay, I'll give you your brother who can be the mouth for you. I will give you somebody who can help you. This is so important. Sometimes we get in the way to the point where the help that is supposed to be coming to us can't even reach us because we're in denial. We're denying the woman who we are already having access to our life and all of the resources that she pulls in, because she's resourceful and smart, all the resources that she pulls in are also denied. And as soon as we give her access to our life, everything changes because she's the resourceful one. She's the one with the belief. So does this make sense for you now to see that you must let her rule? You must let her have access to your life in order for you to become her. Does that make sense? Because she's the one with the belief. She's the one who will say, oh, don't worry about it. We're going to make that phone call. We're going to send that email. It's that version of yourself. That's the battle many of us face. You say, but I'm not. And God says, but I am. Therefore, you are. See, we think that we're smarter than God. We think that we can say, but no. And he'll say, but here's the thing. You're not listening. I am. Therefore, you are. So stop arguing and become her. Let's just get moving here, because you don't have forever. You act like you do, right? We act like we have all the time in the world. We act like we've got next week. We've got tomorrow. We all know anybody who's ever lost anybody, and I think that's probably every single one of us here, knows that life can change like that. I wonder how many people thought they had time and they never got to do what they wanted to do. They never got to write the book that they wanted to write. They never finished it. They never traveled. They never had the impact they wanted to have. They never told the story that they could have shared with somebody and possibly saved a life. I wonder how many people never did that because they thought they had more time. You see your history. God sees your purpose. We look back. He looks forward. You see your weakness. God sees what he can do in your life if you just surrender. This is so good. This is a good one for a Monday. You see where you've been. And you focus on it. And you carry it. And you put it in all your pockets. And you talk about it. And you keep going on about it. And you're like, yeah, but just one more time. I just want to share this one more thing. But you're not talking about your future. You're not sharing what's in front of you. You're not talking about where he's taking you. Okay, we've got 7 steps to break the belief, the old belief. You ready for it? You got your pens? Got your journal? Got your notes? Here we go. Number 1, you got to name it. What belief has stopped you? I asked the women this morning. What belief has stopped you from being the woman that God meant you to be, from becoming her? What belief has stopped you? Is it that I'm too old? Is it that I'm not smart enough? Is it that I don't live in a good part of town? Is it I live in a small town? I live in a big town. I don't have any friends. I don't have any money. What's your belief that has stopped you from becoming her? Name it. In your journal, number 1, name it. You got to put it down, write it down. It might be painful, but this is how we do the work. Because if you can't reveal it, you can't heal it. If you can't actually see it, you won't know how to heal it. You won't know what to heal. Number 2, question it. Ask yourself, is this really true? Or have I simply repeated it so many times like I feel it's true? Or maybe somebody else said it to you and now you have owned it. Somebody said something about your weight. Somebody said something about how smart or dumb you were. Somebody said something about how pretty or not pretty you were, or how accomplished or not accomplished, or all the terrible things that people say. And that's the thing that runs through your mind because it was a significant person who said it, and it has like arrows through your heart and you can't forget it. Okay, you know what? Let it go. Because they said it out of anger or out of resentment or out of the goal to hurt you. And guess what? They won. Let it go. Where did the belief come from? Name that person or name that situation and get really clear about it. Sometimes it's from somebody who you look back and go, why am I even letting that person have an impact on my life still? Or maybe it was something that happened years ago and it's in your past. Maybe it's something that you've repeated time and time again, and now you have that belief, I never finish anything, is a big one. Or I have all these big dreams, but I never fulfill them. Well, what is the action in your past that created that belief? And now how powerful would it be for you to change that starting today? Okay, number 3, find the cost. This is where it starts to get really good. Ask yourself, what has believing this cost me? Maybe it's cost you time. Maybe it's cost you money. Maybe it's cost you relationships. Maybe it's cost you opportunities. Maybe it's cost you joy. Maybe it's cost you your health. Maybe it's cost you finances because as a result, you're always spending in poverty. What does it cost you? This crappy old belief that no longer serves. What does it cost you? Opportunities, confidence, relationships, obedience, peace, years of waiting and nothing happening. Sometimes we don't release the belief until we recognize how expensive it has become. Oh, you guys, that's so good. Come on. It's these kinds of questions. When we sit down with the journal and we spend some time on them, it's these questions that move the needle for us. Number 4, replace it with truth. Don't simply say, I'm not going to think that anymore, because that's not what works. This is what I was talking about earlier. Give your mind something stronger to believe. The old thought might be, I'm not capable. I'm not capable of this, or I can't afford this, or I'm not smart enough for this. The new thought is, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That is like, if you want to go to Philippians 4 verse 13, world famous, one of the most famous scriptures in the Bible. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Like, there's not even a question. You write it down, you write it on sticky notes, you write it on your arm, you tattoo it on your arm, you write it at the top of your journal every day, you say it out loud all the time when you're doing hard things. When you're on your 30-minute walk with no tech, you're like, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I can do it. You go higher. Because we're not going to argue with God. We all know better than that. This is how we rise. Number 5, speak like her. So we're talking about ways to become her, right? To break the pattern. Speak like her. Pay attention to the language that you use for the next 7 days. Watch how much you curse. Watch how much you say negative things about yourself. Watch how much you say about other people that's negative. Because if we talk about other people in a negative manner, there's a really good chance we talk about ourselves the same way. Be careful what you say about your capability. Be careful what you say about your future. Be careful what you say about your present. Do you say I can, or I can't, or I do, or I didn't? Or can you actually say, in the past, I believed this, and start putting things in past tense? Stop introducing yourself to your future with sentences like, I can't, I'm terrible at that, that would never happen for me, I'm too old. Another one is, it's just not who I am. I hear that all the time. Oh, it's just not who I am. That's a lie. People, when I owned my gym, people used to say, I'm not an athlete. I'd say, since when do you have to be an athlete to go to the gym? But you were born with legs and arms, and you can run, and you can walk, and you can lift. What do you mean it's not who you are? You were built to be a human who does physical stuff. So I used to say to the women, you can't tell me that you're not an athlete because you were freaking born an athlete. Like, how's that even a conversation? I don't even understand that. And they'd look at me like, oh, I never thought of it that way. I'm like, right, because you've been saying it to yourself for so long that you have yourself convinced, but you don't even know what it means. It doesn't even make any sense. Your words reinforce your beliefs. Speak in agreement with where God is leading you. So just say, I am so excited about what's coming. I am so excited to start walking. I'm so excited to watch my body transform. I'm so excited to start speaking on stages. I am so excited about what's coming because I know that I've been given the skills, the God-given skills, because I was wired in the womb for this. And so I'm going to do it. Or maybe you don't even know what it is yet. You're like, I'm just going to start listening to my intuition. When I hear this go left, I'm going to go left. When I hear go live, I'm going to go live. When I hear write a post here or say this, I'm just going to do it because I feel like all of it's leading me somewhere. It's step by step. Number 6, do one thing her way. I love this so much. Ask yourself, what would the woman I'm becoming do today? So that's why this morning we got up, we went on the live at 7 a.m. I spoke into the women for 45 minutes and I sent them out with the task. I said, go do this thing and come back and report in. Because that's actually something that she would go do. The woman that they're becoming would go for a walk. Walks are super healthy. They're easy to maintain. They're easy on your body. Even people who work out 7 days a week are huge advocates of walking. You'll see that it's part of their daily routine. Because walking isn't just about fitness. It's about mental health. It's about getting in nature. It's about connecting. It's about putting your feet on the ground. It's about getting up off of a chair because all of us are getting fat and lazy from sitting in chairs and be doing tech and like not paying attention to the fact that our hearts are out of shape and our bodies are out of shape and our knees are bad and our hips are tight because we have big bends in our neck because all we do is sit like this on a computer and our bodies aren't meant to sit this long. We're only really supposed to sit to talk or to eat a meal or to like sit in circle, but we have legs for standing and walking and running because we're supposed to be doing those things. It's not normal for us to sit for 8-9 hours at a time. It's not healthy. What would the woman that you are becoming do today? Would she make the call? Would she set the boundary? Would she change her eating? Would she just look at herself and say, I love you exactly the way you are? All of you, I love everything about you, every wrinkle, every dimple, every this, every that. What would she do today that would be loving? And number 7, last one. Because we're doing 7 days of a challenge at 7 a.m. And so I thought, we'll have 7 steps. Create your becoming her declaration. Okay, so with your pen, I want you to write this. Ready? I love you guys. I'm so happy that you're here. Exercise activates the endocannabinoid system. That's where the runner's high comes from. Wow, I love that. Yeah, I mean, movement is just, it's like a happy drug. It really is. Our bodies respond to movement in a positive way. Okay, here's your becoming her declaration. Ready for it? I am becoming, so write that down. I am becoming a woman who, fill in the blank. Put your word or words in the comments. I am becoming a woman who, what? I want to see your answers. You're becoming a woman who, what? Hi, TikTok. Thank you for the hearts. I am becoming a woman who, fill in the blank. I want to see. I want to see your answers. I'm waiting. I am becoming a woman of peace and integrity. I love that, Slim Shelton. I am becoming a woman who, what? Put it in the comments. For example, I am becoming a woman who keeps her word. I am becoming the woman who's better than yesterday. I love that. Be specific though. What does that mean? I'm becoming a woman who speaks the truth even if her voice trembles. I love that. Now that's specific. We got to be specific. And then we want to write 3 to 5 things that support her. I'm becoming a woman who trusts God. I'm becoming a woman who keeps promises to herself. I'm becoming a woman who uses her voice. I'm becoming a woman who chooses courage over comfort. I'm becoming a woman who moves when God says move. I'm becoming a woman who thrives and doesn't settle. I love that, Melanie, who is determined to pursue God's purpose. I love that. I'm becoming a woman who is more patient. That's beautiful, Christine. I love that, Alita, who knows her worth. Look at these. These are good. These are great. I'm becoming bold as a lion. Ooh, I'm becoming a woman who knows how to rest in God's grace. Oh, that's so good. These are great. Now you're getting specific. You got to get specific because it's like a GPS. If we don't give that's why a GPS asks for a specific address. Because if we just say, I'm going to Chicago, right? But you're supposed to be going to a certain place, then it's not specific enough. So then it'll just kind of send you wherever. I am becoming a woman who is genuine and sets a godly example. I love that, Ashley. You guys are amazing. These are amazing. Okay. I got a few more minutes. I'm going to end on time. Yay. So day 1 of the challenge in the group is to take your 30-minute walk, but make it a belief-breaking walk. A walk with no tech, just you and your thoughts. So this is what we did today in the Uncommon Woman global community. Is I said to the women, take a walk for 30 minutes and don't have any tech. Like it's just you and walking. No tech, no music, no podcasts, not even talking to anybody else. Just being and walking with yourself. I'm becoming a woman, genuine and self-assured. I love that. These are great. I'm becoming a woman who knows her worth, chooses to thrive, not survive. I love that for you, Anita. I'm becoming the woman who is more disciplined, who is more confident, who is more motivated, who is more focused, who is more consistent. Okay, those are all in the same capsule. So I love that. That's so much better, Natasha. That's gorgeous. There. Now you know exactly what you need to do, right? Do you see the difference? See the difference between I'm becoming somebody who's better than I was yesterday and I'm becoming more focused. I'm becoming more consistent. I'm becoming more self-assured. I'm following up. See the difference? That's how we get the change. I love that. I'm excited for you. You don't become her in one giant moment. You become her in 1,000 small decisions. 1,000 small decisions. So that's why we're stacking. That's why today it was 30-minute walk. The level 2 is 30-minute walk, no tech. Tomorrow will be something else. And then what we're doing is we're stacking. So by the end of the 7-day challenge, everybody will have a stacked habit built. And then, of course, there might be an opportunity to keep going, right? But the goal is that we do those things for 7 days and then we see how good it feels and then we keep going. Every time you choose faith over fear, you're becoming her. Every time you choose discipline over excuses, you're becoming her. Every time you choose truth over an old belief, you're becoming her. Every time you obey the whisper of God instead of the noise of insecurity, you're becoming her. The challenge isn't to find her. The challenge is to stop agreeing with everything that's been keeping her buried. The challenge is to give her access to your life because remember, you are already wired as her. You're not finding her. You're simply giving her permission to show up. This is why this isn't as hard as some people might think it is. But we have to actually give her access to our lives. This week, we walk away from the one who denies her to be the one who delivers her, right? So that's kind of double-edged in that we walk away from the lies, from the darkness, from the devil, from whatever it is that holds us back, that keeps us small. And we give access to her, capital H, who was wired in the womb by God, by the way. And by doing that, what we do is we surrender. But we're surrendering with severe action. And we're saying, I'm giving her up because I want this version of me, the real one, capital H, the one I'm becoming, the her that I'm becoming. I want to deliver her forward. I want to give her the mic. I want to give her control because what I've been doing hasn't been working. So we pray, we rewire our thoughts and beliefs. We take courageous action, 7 days, 7 decisions, one woman emerging, and we become her. You guys, that's how we do it. That's how we're doing it. And that's what we're doing in the Uncommon Woman Global Community this week. So day 1 of the challenge was go for a walk. The level 2 was go for a walk, no tech. Now, I'm not doing another live like this until Friday. On Friday in the Uncommon Woman Global, my new schedule, by the way, this is my new schedule. I come live once a week on Mondays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard across all my social. In the Uncommon Woman Global Community, on Friday, I go live again at 12 p.m., but you got to be in the group for this one. And it's called Grace and Glam. And it's a combination of coaching, empowerment, faith, fashion, becoming her, stepping into the version of ourselves that we see in our dreams. It's a lot of that. It's a powerful call. And that's Fridays in the community at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard. But this week, we have the 7-day challenge. And I'm going live in the group every day at 7 a.m. So if you're needing these every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard, go to the Uncommon Woman Global Community. The girls, my hosts, will drop the links in the comments. Otherwise, you can find it in Linktree. It's my free community. It's where we're running the challenge. Right now, I don't have it as searchable because I was having all kinds of weird stuff going on where I was inviting people and adding people to the group. So I had to change my settings. But if you go to the link that's provided to you, or if you go to the link in Linktree, you can join, ask to join, but you have to answer the 3 questions. If you do not answer the 3 questions, I don't let you in. So there are women that are sitting in limbo land because they have not answered the questions. So you have to answer the questions that come in. It's super important. It's the way that I keep the community safe. Okay? Because there are questions there that will determine whether you're a good fit or not. Okay. So the next live like this is on Friday called Grace and Glam. It's Friday, August 14th at 12 in the Uncommon Woman Global Facebook community, which is my free community. You can go to the community, you can join by all the ways I just told you. There is something called Uncommon Woman Sisterhood, which is now going to shift over to the Uncommon Woman Sisterhood, which is the VIP of the global community. And for $29 a month, you get 2 private calls with me and some extra access. We're going to be starting a WhatsApp chat for these women. Okay, so for an additional $29, you can be part of the sisterhood, which is the VIP access, and I go live with those women via Zoom twice a month. So now it's Uncommon Woman Global and then Uncommon Woman Sisterhood, which is the tighter community. Okay, you can go to RomyMarlowe.com to sign up for that. So there's that. The next call is not this Thursday, but the Thursday after. And of course, it's going to be a lot of this kind of stuff, right? It's so powerful. You don't do Facebook. Okay. Sorry about that, Slim Shelton. I always say to people, to be in the community, you have to be on Facebook. Even if you just create an account just to go into that group, that's fine. But that's the only place that we have a community right now. Okay. Now we have a group called Uncommon Mamas, which is part of the Uncommon Woman Global. You have to be in Uncommon Woman Global to be part of Uncommon Mamas. Uncommon Woman Global is the free community, so Uncommon Mamas is also free, okay? And it's for mothers of children who are on the spectrum. And these women have been meeting every second Wednesday for a few months now, and it has been so powerful. But you have to be in the Uncommon Woman Global community to be part of that. Why? Because I want to make sure to curate the women in that community, bottom line. I keep my spaces really tight. So that is led by Ashley, who's my admin assist, and she's been part of my community. It's a beautiful community of women who are all becoming really, really close friends, and the support in there is off the hook. So if you are interested in being part of that group, reach out to info@theuncommonwoman.com. She'll send you the link to the group, and then you'll get all of the info for Uncommon Mama's next call, which is next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. And then the last thing is my Rose Gold Leadership is my one-on-one mentorship for women who are ready to rise and run with me. Women who have a book to write, a business to build, a business to grow, a business to scale. Maybe you're somebody who knows that you're a leader and you need accountability to move through some of the things that are holding you back. It's different for everybody. It's not a program. It's a mastermind. It's one-on-one time with me. If you want some accountability and you want to get into the space with me and move fast, it's a minimum 3-month commitment, and I run. The women in my community know I run, and I also hold you accountable. If that's something that you need in your life, info@theuncommonwoman.com. And they keep putting my email in the comments so you guys see it. Here we go. Ready? Oh, wait. Oh, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, I think there was more pages there, but that was because you guys, it only goes to page 4. Okay. So that's it. For the women who are in the Uncommon Woman Global Challenge, make sure you guys get your walk-in, post your pictures in the group. I can't wait to support you. If you're not part of the challenge or part of the group, get in. We have a call tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard for the second day of the 7-day Becoming Her challenge. I'm calling it the Founding 50, but actually there's like 61 or something, or 71. I don't know. There's like a lot of women in the group right now because Facebook's been adding people, I think, or people have just been sliding in. But I've been watching to make sure that it's all women and all people that I want there. You're welcome, Slim Shelton. I love you guys. Thank you to my hosts. I love you. Thanks, Ash. Thanks, Angelique. Thanks, Regan. I don't know if Shay's here, but if so, thanks, Shay. Sarah, so good to have you back this week. I love all of you guys, and I'll see you in the community. And I'll see you in the Uncommon Woman Global community. Okay, have a great day. Love you. Bye. Share it out. Share. See you.